Early season, certainly not our best basketball, but happy that the second half we played the way we're capable of playing defensively. Did a good job on the glass, and we were able to come away with a victory, and there's a lot to learn from. So November basketball, that's sort of how we played, like it was early November. So a lot of room for improvement.
If you could just talk about your journey getting back out onto the court, last year with injury, maybe the difficulties of rehab and just finally being able to get back out there.
Just battling like through injury in my career, so I know like how to get back in shape, for games and stuff. But it wasn't easy. This was like the longest I've ever been out. It wasn't easy watching these guys work every day and me just doing rehab on my own. But there's part of sports.
Then last year, you guys really prided yourself on your defense. Just what went into that second half, really limiting them on their points, especially on the three-point line. Just what went into the second half defense for you guys?
Just wanted to change the game. Like we were struggling, and on the first half, we tried to change how the game was going through offense instead of what we always been doing through the years, which is play out our defense and go in transition, and that was the biggest difference of the game.
Hey Reggie, if you could just talk about just your transition to this team, your first year, how's it been, and just really welcome to Kent State.
I say it's been real good. It's a lot different, of course. A lot of defense being played, new players, new plays, a new situation like coaches and stuff. But I would say overall it's been a real good situation for me, and it's helped me a lot.
You hit a couple threes early on. Did you kind of really start to feel a little comfortable with the new surroundings and everything?
Yeah, most definitely. I hit a few shots. I got my groove. Played a little defense today, and I mean that just really turned me and made me like play how I played. And I feel like I played all right, but it always could be better.
Yeah, we saw a little bit from you, Reggie, today, and it seemed like you're really good at drawing fouls, and they kind of seemed like part of your game today, just attack and get down rim. So kind of how big is that for you?
I mean, it's real good. If I can get downhill, get to the basket anytime, I'm gonna do it. I mean, me shooting a free throw is getting me going. So once I get to the line, I know everything else is gonna be an easier shot.
Any other questions? No?
All right.
Good.
See you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
11:30, Reg.
11:30.
Yeah, film. Anything for me?
Yeah, so the press in the second half seemed to be really big for you guys. Kind of how big was that in the game plan in the locker room?
Just trying to speed them up as best we could. To do that, you have to get fouled, right? Get to the free throw line, stop the play so you can get things set up a little bit. So I thought a number of guys in the second half brought great energy to the defensive side of the ball. Mike Bekelja certainly did. Reggie went on to the point guard for a while until he got tired. I thought he did a good job. Julius, Rico. We had a number of guys that came in and did a good job, in the second half of pressuring the basketball. And, Cloran did a great job on the glass the whole night. Chris got himself going a little bit. And it's a good second half for sure.
Yeah, and then like you were saying, not necessarily the best game you guys could have had coming out this season, but that second half you guys really picked it up. So kind of how much was that, telling the guys, let's just get adjusted?
Yeah, it's November basketball. That's really what I would say. Early November. Today's the 6th. So if we're still playing this way, January 6th, then that's a problem. But I don't think we will be. I think we'll play much better in January than we're playing today, for sure. So, our execution has to get better. Attention to detail on some things needs to get better. But, guys played for each other, which was important. It was a big point of emphasis. I thought the bench and everybody was, in a great mental state where we need to be, wanting to see other guys have success along with themselves. But, we have a lot to clean up. We've got to get better. So we'll start with that tomorrow, and Thursday we've got a really good opponent coming in here on Thursday. Everything I've seen is that, they're one of the, sleeper teams in the country, top mid-major teams in the country. So Thursday night's going to be a big challenge for us. I think Vaughn will be back for that game. And just in general, we've got to, continue to move forward as a group here as we move forward in the season.
Just how big is it to have Giovanni just back out there for you guys after losing him last year?
Yeah, I mean, he's been here for 5 years now, so he does a really good job of, just controlling the tempo, controlling the way you play. He makes a lot of important plays, save plays, we call them. He had one today where we got beaten. He sort of blocked a shot from behind. He seems to come up with a lot of those things. So great to have him back. He's a true point guard, and he did a really good job throughout the preseason and here tonight.
Then you guys start the season with 3 straight home games. Just how important is that for you guys to maybe help just find your footing and keep playing familiar spot for a week?
Well, we've got a really tough non-conference schedule, really tough. And we're going to have to play better, come Thursday. Really good opponent Thursday, really good opponent Saturday. But to start out here at home is good for us. Then we have a trip that we take and play 3 games in 3 days, which also will be good for us. And again, this is a process. This team is a little different than last year's team. Last year's team, we had all of these returning guys that played huge roles in getting us to the conference championship game. And this year, we have a lot of guys that played on that team, but are being counted on to do a little bit more in terms of how they play, how they defend, how they lead. That's as much as anything else, how focused they are. So those are all new for these guys, and in doing that, playing 3 games at home is great, but we have a long process to get where we need to get to as a group. So tonight was a good step. Certainly the second half was a good step, and now we have to really use these next 2 days to get better as we prepare for a really good team on Thursday.
Yeah, it looked like Chris Payton was playing a lot more on the perimeter. Is that something that you guys have been working on and trying to get him more involved on this upcoming season?
Well, again, our roster makeup, Cloran is one of the, key pieces to the roster. Tonight he was 6 for 6 and had 6 rebounds, 2 steals and a block. So, Cloran was a starter last year. We're going to have to play when Chris, with Cloran some. And then we have to see how effective that is for us on both sides of the ball. And hopefully we can continue to improve and develop with that, because those are 2 of our better players. They're 2 of our most important players. And we need them to be able to play on the floor together. And then, Del Rico Gillespie's improved a great deal from last year to this year as well. Tonight he had 6 offensive rebounds in 17 minutes. He didn't finish the way he normally does, but he had 6 offensive rebounds. So, there's going to be times that we play with 2 front court guys. And in doing that, sometimes one of them is going to have to be on the perimeter a little bit.
Is there anything you want to say to the students going into these next 2 home games?
Yeah, well, Thursday night, again, it's a huge, I know it's an early season game, but it's a huge game because James Madison's one of the top, they're picked to win their league. It's one of the top mid-major teams in the country this year. And our students and our home crowd, when they get going, it really makes a huge difference for our team. So I'd love the students to be there on Thursday, Saturday as well, Fresno State, Saturday night game. And then obviously the fans in the community, they do a great job when they're here and they're loud. They really energize our team.
Any other questions for you? Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank you.